We are high into the world of aviation to explore one of the most iconic daring leaders of our time, Sir Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Atlantic Airways. Since its first flight in 1984, Virgin Atlantic has built a reputation for innovation, creativity, and customer focus, challenging the aviation giants with flair, courage, and empathy.
That's right. Branson's leadership has redefined the meaning of brand culture in aviation. His approach combines transformational, servant, and authentic leadership, inspiring people through purpose, empowering staff to take initiative, and staying true to his value even during crisis.
And today, we are delighted to have Sir Richard Branson with us to talk about his journey, his leadership styles, and the lesson future leaders can learn from Virgin Atlantic stories. Sir Richard, welcome to the Leading the Field.
Yes, thank you. Nice to meet you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm looking forward to sharing what leadership means to me and how we've built the Virgin Atlantic culture over the years.
So let's begin with your background. Many people know Virgin Atlantic for its luxury flight and cheeky advertisement, but not everyone knows how it all began.
Well, Virgin started as a record label in the 1970s, and aviation wasn't really originally in the plan. So the idea really came quite by accident. I was stranded due to a cancelled flight to the Caribbean, so I chartered a plane and sold the spare seat to other passengers. That spontaneous decision really turned into the foundation of Virgin Atlantic. From day one, I wanted to feel different, more personal, more human, and more fun than the traditional airlines.
That story alone reflects authentic leadership. In 2005, Avilio and Gardner describe authentic leaders as those who act in line with their true values and purpose. You weren't copying anyone, you were driven by curiosity, optimism, and a genuine desire to create something meaningful.
And it's interesting how your sense of adventure translate into Virgin brands. You have always projected confidential and playfulness, qualities that connect deeply with both customers and employees.
Yes, absolutely, guys. I think leadership should feel humane. People respond to energy and honesty and not authority or fear.
Yeah, let's explore the theories behind your approach a little deeper. Starting with transformational leadership, in 1990, Bass argues that transformational leaders inspire followers through vision, motivational, and personal connection. Sir Richard, how do you bring that life at Virgin Atlantic?
So I believe in empowering people to think differently, and my role is to remove barriers and not create them. I always tell my team, don't be afraid to fail, be afraid of not trying. That mindset has led to many of Virgin's best innovations, like introducing setback entertainment, premium economy, and our famous in-flight bar.
Yeah, that's textbook example of transformational leadership, inspiring creativity and trust while aligning employees around a shared mission.
So, Richard, you have also known for a servant leadership, a style introduced in 1977 by Greenleaf that focuses on serving others first. How does that appear in your day to day leadership?
Yes, so servant leadership is about putting your people first. I've always said that if you take care of your employees, they'll take care of your customers. So when crew members feel respected, valued, and free to express themselves, that positive energy passes on to the passengers always.
Yeah, and also your focus on inclusivity and empowerment really shows that. Virgin was one of the first airlines to promote gender equality and diverse representation in leadership roles.
Yes, exactly. Diversity brings creativity, and creativity drives progress. I want everyone at Virgin to feel they can make a difference.
You also show high emotional intelligence. In 1988, Gleeman explains that emotional intelligence includes empathy, motivation, and social skills. You are known for walking around the office and chatting with employees informally. That must help you stay connected.
For sure, it absolutely does. So leaders who isolate themselves lose touch with reality, and I'd rather sit with the cabin crew in the staff lounge and hear what they think. They offer me, they offer the best ideas.
That personal connection also reflects authentic leadership. According to Avilio and Gardner in 2005, authenticity builds long term trust. People follow you not just because of your position, but also because they believe in your intentions.
And you have also shown adaptability in times of crisis, a hallmark of situational leadership. Halsey and Blanchard, 1969, whether it's responding to 9 over 11, economic downturns, or COVID 19, you have stayed calm and transparent.
Oh yes, leadership is really tested in tough times. For example, during COVID, the goal was to protect as many jobs as possible and communicate honestly with staff and customers. People respect honesty even when the message isn't easy to hear.
So let's look at how your leadership theories come alive through practical example.
Yeah, a great example of transformational leadership is Virgin Atlantic's customer service innovation. You have consistently set trends from introducing on board messages in upper class to offering free Wi Fi before competitors. This vision to consistently surprise or delight customers reflects transformational qualities of creativity, of forward thinking.
Yes, we've always wanted flying to feel like a celebration rather than a chore, and our team is encouraged to experiment and come with ideas that make the experience much more enjoyable.
Yeah, another example is your servant leadership philosophy in employee empowerment. For instance, Virgin's no fear culture encourages staff to take initiative without fear of punishment. That's very much in line with Greenleaf's quote in 1977 principles.
And there is also a strong ethical foundation. You have spoken openly about sustainability, reducing carbon emissions, introducing more efficient aircraft, and offsetting environmental impact.
Oh, yes, sustainability is essential as always, as the aviation industry has a responsibility to act on climate change. We're constantly investing in greener aircraft, supporting carbon reduction initiatives.
That's great. It ties to Freeman's theory in 1984, stakeholders, which emphasize responsibility to all stakeholders, employees, customers, shareholders, and the planet.
And perhaps one of your most notable traits is authenticity during crisis. When Virgin faced financial challenges during COVID 19, you communicated directly with staff and the media, showing humility and empathy rather than hiding behind the press statements.
Well, yes, as leadership isn't about pretending everything is fine, it's about honesty and reassurance, as people deserve transparency even when the situation is uncertain.
Yeah, that approaches reinforce authentic leadership. Employees are more likely to stay loyal when they trust the leader's integrity.
Every leadership style has strengths and challenges. What would you say are the limitations of your approach?
I'll say I'm more naturally optimistic and adventurous, which means I might take risks. Not every Virgin company has succeeded, however, Virgin Cola and Virgin Trains were lessons in humility, but failure teaches you resilience.
That openness about failure is what makes your leadership authentic. Research by Goffey and Jones in 2006 suggests that charismatic leaders who admit mistakes build credibility and psychological safety in their teams.
You have also faced challenges in balancing business growth with ethics, especially during environmental debate in aviation. How do you manage that tension?
I would say by listening, because we take feedback seriously and work with experts to make realistic improvements, and our goal is always continuous progress and not perfection.
Yeah, that demonstrates ethical leadership. Another key aspect of servant leadership, by acknowledging moral responsibility, you align business success with social accountability.
So, even though the Virgin brand has faced tumblers, your consistent values, trust, service, innovation, and fun have kept people inspired.
Exactly. Branson's style proves that leadership built on emotional intelligence, authenticity, and service creates sustainability, loyalty, and even when time are tough.
To conclude, Sir Richard Branson's leadership shows how creativity and compassion can coexist in the business.
By combining transformational inspiration, servant empathy, and authentic integrity, he built not just an airline but a brand synonymous with humanity and innovation.
Well, for me, leadership is simple: trust people, celebrate ideas, and never stop learning. Business is about creating experiences that make people smile.
A powerful lesson for future leaders across aviation, tourism, and hospitality. Success begins with people, not power. This podcast was produced for the University of East London Leadership, Hospitality, and Tourism. We referred the leadership theories by Bells 1990, Greenleaf 1977, and Hersey and Blanchard 1969, and Gurman 1998, and the Avilio and Gada 2005, the Freeman 1984, and the Goffey and Jones 2006, supported by insight from Virgin Atlantic's corporate side, BBC interviews, and industry articles. All sources follow the UEL Harvard reference. Sir Richard, thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and I would like you to remember it's life's too short to play it safe. Keep dreaming big.
Yeah, thank you to all our listeners. Until next time, keep leading with vision and purpose.